What's happening? What is up, you guys? Devin here from myftmexperience.com. If you have not checked it out yet, it's pretty much the written version of all my YouTube videos in a website format. If you did want to check that out, I'll be putting the link in the description down below. It would really help me out. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about a touchy subject, and hey, some people literally don't even experience this. So I'm going to be talking about getting your P while you're on T, and just for like my personal dysphoria, I'm going to be referring to it as a cycle. It makes me feel better than any other vocabulary. If it's not the same deal for you guys, I'm like super duper sorry. It's all love. I love you guys. Like I say, it's always a bro thing. Okay, let's dap it up one time. I'm gonna start this off with being like brutally honest with you, and like beating around the bush is not gonna do anything for either of us. To keep it a buck, like I didn't stop getting my cycle until I was about 9 months on T. I remember being 8 months on T, like the day hit, and I was like, yo, like maybe it will not come this month. Or like I was talking to my endo, she was like, yo, like if you want to keep your levels where they are, you want to keep your dosage where it is, it should stop sometime soon. And I was like, all right, bet, okay, cool. Well, it's gonna stop eventually, don't even worry about it. And so I was just sort of like under a false pretense that eventually my cycle would go away, staying at the dose that I was at. I can't say if that's true or not true, but I know that after 8 months of still being on the same dose and still having a cycle, I was just like, fuck this, bro. I can't deal with this anymore. Just the disgustingness of having to wear those items and like going to the gym, and like you feel like you smell funny. It was just too much. Even after it pretty much stopped, like I wasn't getting it regularly, like at that specific time of the month. Ugh, I hate that phrase, but I wasn't getting at that specific time of the month. It pretty much stopped, but then like 3 months after that, I was spotting for like 2.5 weeks straight. I just felt like shit, and I was spotting so much, and I was so confused. Like obviously if you put 2 and 2 together, like you have low T levels, probably high estrogen levels. It's like one or the other, and obviously that's what it was. So I upped my dose, still dealing with that BS 8 months on T. I was just really going through it mentally. I felt like shit, but I say this to say that you're not alone. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm not your doctor. I'm not your freaking doctor, but 9 times out of 10, if you are still getting a cycle, and it's been like over, I'd say about 6 months on T, you should probably like talk to your doctor, talk to your endo, talk to somebody in your office. In June, I'll be 1.5 years on T, and I will say that I don't still like receive a cycle, but my body still goes through the feelings and the emotions and like the emotional and physical feelings of being on a cycle. And it's like super fucking annoying because it's not like, you know how like before you transition, before you start T, that thing happens at a specific time of the month. Pacific Ocean. This cycle happens randomly throughout the month, so I will just randomly start feeling super down, super dysphoric, super like body dysmorphic. I won't want to go to the gym. I'm bloated as hell. Like I feel like everybody's staring at me, like all the classic telltale signs of being, you know, going through that time period. And I just don't know why, because it's not like a routine thing. It's not like, oh, from the 7th to the 14th, I'll be experiencing this. It's super random. Of course, you should know, like, okay, this is happening, but in the moment, you just feel super down. You're like second guessing everything about yourself. You have these nasty, weird cravings. Like I would just want random shit that I know is not good for me. It's not gonna help me, you know, reach my goals. But when your brain is in such like a primal mode of like a nature instinct thing, you're not able to turn on as much common sense and step back from the situation and assess it from like a third party sort of view. You're not able to be like, oh hey, this is what's happening, this is how I should react. No, you're not like that. You're like, fuck it, bro, like I feel like shit, this is gonna make me feel better. If I just eat this, I'm gonna feel better. I'm 1.5 years on T. I still randomly get those feelings of bloatedness, and like my face feels big. I feel like I'm holding a lot of water. I don't really feel like training. I feel weaker when I do train, and it's like, honestly, it is what it is. Like I take this version of a cycle over the pre-T or like 8 months on T cycle any day, because at least I'm not actually having to put up with going to the store, buying those products. I used to literally, okay, this is all straight facts, okay? There's like a weird awkward time in between when I came out and when I cut my hair and when I was passing. But before I started T, and I used to go to the store to buy feminine products, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it shouldn't be called feminine products anymore. Like it should just be called whatever it is. I used to go to the store, Walmart, Target, or whatever, and I used to call my girlfriend on the phone and go to that aisle, and I'll be like, hey, like, what size did you need? Like, yeah, babe, I'm getting this for you. I'll see you when I get home. Because I was just so self-conscious that somebody was like, why is a boy buying that? Like, why would he buy that? Why is he buying that? So, if you're still in that position, maybe I just give you a tip to surviving that fucking embarrassing situation, because it can be embarrassing. And like, truly, there's no need for it to be embarrassing. Nobody should be freaking looking at you. Nobody should be minding your business. They should be minding their own business. But if you do just want to feel a little bit alleviated about having to still go through that transaction, that's probably a tip that can help you out. Just saying. To know like you're not alone, you're still a dude, you're still a freaking man, or whatever it is that you want to be. Everybody is everything. That's the video, you guys. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Like I always say, Devin loves you, Devin's a Don, and Devin is out of here, boy.